Now, there's been a lot of debate recently about the so-called pro-Palestinian protests. What sort of people they attend, who funds them, how do they get all these flags and placards and signs. But of course, there are a lot of different type of people. Some people just end up going there because they're told, oh, you're just here to protect civilians. Suddenly they care about innocent civilians in a different part of the world. They don't care about Yemen. They don't care about Sudan or anywhere else in the world, China. But put that aside. There's also a nasty side. The fundamentalists, the Islamists who take over our streets in London, the capital of Britannia. Now, the organization Campaign Against Anti-Semitism have given us a better evidence of what sort of nasty and evil individuals we are dealing with. Let's go.
It's controversial, but I think Hamas are freedom fighters.
Hamas their class is a proscribed terrorist organisation. Do you think the UK has made the wrong decision?
Of course. It's not Hamas the terrorist. It's America the terrorist. No, and Israel is terrorist, not Hamas.
In the UK, Hamas are a proscribed terrorist organisation. Do you think the government has made the right or the wrong decision in doing that?
Well, it's controversial, but I think Hamas are freedom fighters.
On the 7th of October, when Hamas invaded Israel, what was your initial reaction to that?
Honestly, it showed signs. It was resistance against the occupation, against the Palestinians. Honestly, it was a beacon of hope for me. It was them fighting back and showing resistance.
I think the fact that everyone ran with the 40 beheaded baby stories without any ounce of verification, any ounce of integrity is disgusting.
The continued existence of Israel is a war crime.
When Hamas invaded Israel on the 7th of October, what was your initial reaction to that?
I don't believe they did today, Hamas. I think so. Honestly, I think I need to be a bit more clued up on everything that's going on. So I feel like I'm not really qualified to answer that too well.
I mean, I'm not sure if I've seen anything that shows that that's actually happened or actually correct.
So in the UK, Hamas are regarded as a proscribed terrorist organisation officially. What do you think of that?
They are freedom fighters. They are not terrorists, as the media portrays them to be. They're fighting for the right to their land. It's their land. They have the right to self-defense, and they're not terrorists. They are absolutely not.
This is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. We've been invaded. We're in the middle of a battle of Britannia right now, whether you like it or not. And invaded, not necessarily by certain individuals, like for example back in the 30s and 40s, the troops from Germany could invade you. Say, well, we can see the troops, they invaded, let's go fight back. We've been invaded by evil ideas, evil ideologies. That's the problem. How do you fight back against an idea? This is the main question. So right now, there are individuals that we need to start talking about, especially the foreign criminals, the Islamists, who we brought here, talk about mass migration. It's time to talk about that. And there are those who were born in this country, who also could be actually genuinely white, English, British, ginger, whatever they are, but they've also become radicalized, thanks to Karl Marx, thanks to Muhammad, and thanks to all the radicals throughout history who created the delusional concept of oppressor versus the underdog. Whatever happens in your life, if you fail, if you lose, if you struggle, it's okay. You can blame something else. You could blame somebody else. And you could expect handouts. This is the same ideology. It's been going on for centuries. And Karl Marx simply upgraded it and called it Marxism, and communism was created after that. It's the same concept. There are people that you can fight back. There are people who say, well, if I'm going to struggle in life, I'm going to get up, I'm going to sort my life out, I'm going to fight back. And there are those throughout history, tribes and cultures in the world who remained basically defeated and defeatist. And they cry, they love being a victim at this point. It's some sort of a new level of masochism. And you can't apparently talk about it because it's politically incorrect. When these European countries were just a collection of villages with no cutlery, how did they survive? How did they get organized? How did they manage to become disciplined? They were losers at some point when the Greeks and the Persians and the Romans had empires. If you can come up Stop blaming the world and everything else for your own problems in your life. It's time, as they say, to man up. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.